Welcome to your Thursday. It is another fantastic episode of VPR Radio with your girl, Qiana the Goddess, the one and only DJFmi. We are VPR Radio. Partner, what's up? Looking great as usual.
I appreciate it. I've been taking time to make sure I'm getting back to the somewhat set routine with my working out. Because it's
Okay.
getting hot out here and you cannot be thick
Yep.
sweating. You know what I mean? You cannot be out here thick and sweating. Nobody wants back to that sweating.
I said
Ladies,
sweat.
let's set the parameters before the summer's here. You know what I mean? I've seen that we've been in 80, we're gonna be 81 degrees. So for
Yeah.
the people that still want to bring out their Tims, that's a no. We're gonna start like that. The Tim wearers right now, no, I understand. Maybe you see the leaves on the floor, but the weather is weathering.
Wait a minute. Also the
So
Uggs.
the Uggs, leave
The
them at
Uggs.
home, ladies and fellas. For the fellas that wear them, leave them at home. Go dust them off in the closet. Go send them to your shoemaker. Make them get clean for next year. Please put them away on the upper closet. We don't mind if they smell like attic when you take them out. All right. Rule number 2, ladies, please wash the bottom of your feet. I understand you want to be outside. I'm even speaking about my Caucasian ladies. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to. The skin complexion, the dirt just adds to your skin a little bit quicker than the black girls, and
Really does.
so.
And
I want you to see
honestly,
it.
you know what it is? Walking long term with them flip flops, it's not going to do it. Get a flat that's going to cover your foot because the dirt that you're kicking up. This is why I don't understand. Did you know that it's a thing that people don't wash their legs?
Why? Who? Why
Well,
is it a thing? What part of the internet have you picked this up from?
Taylor Swift said this, that she doesn't wash her legs, that she just it's getting clean anyway because she's in the shower, right? And apparently it's a phenomenon. People jumped on like, yeah, who
Don't
washes
don't,
their
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't say it's a phenomenon. Don't come on here Thursday
phenomenon?
early in the morning and try to bamboozle me,
I'm
VPR.
not
It's a
bamboozling
phenomenon
you. I would never.
of people not washing their legs. I wash my legs.
I
All
swear,
right.
me too, thoroughly.
You know.
I cannot even imagine. I'll never forget when Storm, my oldest son, him and Jordan were out playing basketball. And when I tell you he had a dirt tan, you understand me, on his legs. I took a picture of it because it was hilarious. When he pulled his shorts up, it was a layer of just dirt. You saw clean thigh and then dirt all the way down the leg. I was like,
So
oh my God, that's so disgusting. So
for the people that
imagine
are tuning in late, Kiana's giving you the etiquette. Go ahead, Kiana.
now you just go let soap just run. Are you crazy?
Yeah, and so Taylor Swift, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna get on here and knock you. You wash your body how you see fit, but I'm gonna wash my legs, man.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
out here. I use my legs. I know you use yours. So with that being said, we from New York. The air is different. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where she's from. Your digs, but we gonna leave that there. But shout out to everybody tuning in. We were just running through a few things that we do not want to see outside. It is 81 degrees.
A
I
shout
know a
out
lot
to
of people.
everybody that washes their legs.
Yes. So rule number 1, guys, put away the Tims. Ladies, put away the Uggs. Rule number 2, ladies, please wash them toesy woesies. You don't want to see them dirty in the sandals. 3, Kiana, you have anything that you do not want to see? Because I know the weather got people fucked up, so they think they could dress any way they want out here. It's crazy.
Well, I think that ladies might want to consider, especially as the weather warms up, toning down all of the extra things that they put on in terms of contouring and extra layers of makeup and extra layers of hair. Because what did we just say? We don't want to see you sweating. The sweat, you're going to be sweating profusely. You're going to sweat the makeup out, right?
Mm-hmm.
A tinted
Drip,
moisturizer.
drip, drip.
Drip, 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 drip. When you see the face dripping and you see the color on the cloth, right? Like a tinted moisturizer can go a long way. Let the sun really kiss your skin. You know, even for people that have skin problems, like get to the core of your skin problems. And I'm all for beauty. I'm not telling anyone how to do their makeup or whatever you do, but I'm just saying when it's hot, those layers start sweating. And any wonderful makeup artist will tell you that will clog your pores to try to lighten up, you know, during the summer. Go for a more dewy look. Hey, DeCridge, welcome on in.
What's going on, everybody? We have a whole lot of topics that we want to touch on. But we were just going over people being cleanly out here while people fill in the room. We got a lot of viewers in right now. I appreciate y'all on the early check-in. I'm sharing the live. You guys should share the live too. On another tangent, shout out to DJ S Nice right now. We sending over the Shade 45 mix. Y'all will hear DJFmi on Shade 45 Sirius XM.
Hey.
And all the artists that I've been working with throughout the years. You should listen to that mix. You might hear your record on there. You know what I mean?
Okay, I love it.
We all over the world with that. So YMVS in the building, of course, YMG.
Yep.
And we are happy to be here. Also, Kiana, we got a lot of people in here. Good morning to you, Frenchie Tron. So we got a lot of people in here. I know the internet has been in a ruckus over this Kendrick Lamar and Drake debacle.
Yeah.
So and I've kept my mouth shut because honestly,
we both have.
I see a lot of takes and some of them are really dope. You know what I mean? But in my heart of hearts, I'm at a point in hip hop where I grew up when I seen Nas and Jay-Z going at it. You know what I mean? That was one of my first Biggie and Tupac. That beef was beef. When you rapping about people's lives and
beef,
you get what I'm saying?
Made a song about it.
Here
it goes.
So what bothers me now when I hear some of these records and when I hear people just like comparing the two, I feel like the listener of today doesn't want to really break down or deep dive into a record. Everything has to be face value.
Yeah.
So when Drake drops a record to get mass critic acclaim and club play, people automatically, jump on the bandwagon upon that. But from the era where I'm from, I appreciate the artistry. Not to say that Drake hasn't brought some, but when Kendrick Lamar dropped that Euphoria and he had that sample and it broke down into 3 different records and he's surgically telling you why he dislikes Top of the Top, Wasted 86. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
He's surgically telling you
I like that.
what he dislikes about him. And he's breaking them down and saying, we tired of this. We tired of you for the culture. And I'm speaking for the. I like that. You know what I mean? And mind y'all, we live in the U.S. Don't let these Canada people influence what we got going on.
Okay.
Even though Kendrick from the West Coast, he from here. So don't get it fucked up. Please. I don't like that energy. No way. We home team, whatever. I'm from New York. I don't even like the Knicks, but guess what? If they playing, I like the Knicks. That's what we doing.
Right. That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Listen, I'm Knicks all day, every day. I just want a championship this lifetime. This could be it. This is a good Knicks team that we have going together. It's reminding me of that 90s energy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Patrick Ewing early.
Yes, that start. You know what I mean? Allen Houston, Charles. You feel me?
Latrell Sprewell before he was fighting the world.
Trell.
If you know, you know. With the braids. When I was outside with the spinners, when the cars had the spinners.
Okay. For real, though.
Don't forget.
Yo, I see that our special guest has pulled up into the building. Definitely want to welcome him on. And I want to give, as usual, and of course, with all due respect and love, a big shout out to Pudgy the Fat Bastard. Family to us, a legend to all of us in hip hop and in music, period. He's written for so many people, and he's working with this young star. Before we begin, I just want a slight disclaimer. We have been doing this for a very long time, right? We have had artists, we've had doctors, we've had lawyers, we've had a plethora of people in various industries, and of course in the music industry that have come on. We don't ask for much from our guests except to follow us, right? And then to promote your flyer the week that you're coming on, because it adds to the steam of what we're presenting and it adds to the steam of what you're presenting, and then our brands can work together. So I want to give a shout out to all of our guests that do that with no problem. And, just say for those that do have an issue, please don't contact VPR.
At all.
She putting it friendly. It's early in the morning. I have my coffee. Fuck that. At all.
Big Libra energy. Look.
Now, honestly, we have been vibrating higher, and I can't wait to bring up our guest because I see the energy he's on, and he already came from a good camp. Yep. He's working with some of my people, so he already here. You don't even know that yet, but when we bring him up here, you're gonna know.
It's already family. Let's go. Davion, welcome to VPR. How are you?
I'm good, Qiana. Good morning.
Yeah.
How y'all feeling?
You had to think about it.
I every day. I don't know what time it be. It's morning, so I'm glad y'all here. I'm glad you got me here. I appreciate being here on your show. It is nothing better than this right here. So
I love it, and we appreciate having you. Like FMI said, you're coming from a great camp. We see how talented you are. We're very happy that things worked out where we could bring you on today because your single is dropping. So we want to get into that, but before then, we want to talk about your journey before you got here in the music industry and as you kind of started to create and build up who you are to where you are now. Good morning, Vel.
I got you. So, all right. My name is Davion Forever. I came up from a musical family. My uncle was actually a blues singer, and that's how I got into music. It started off with me as a child. I kind of, you know, my first memories of even being alive is waking up on a tour bus. So it was a lot of watching and learning from the beginning. So as I got older, I started pursuing it on my own. And at first, I was just writing songs. I was singing periodically. I was like, actually, believe it or not, I was trying at the time to rap, and that was that. But people heard me singing, and they was like, "Bro, you should be doing that. Nothing else." So I took to that, and you know, I also grew up in church too. So you eat, you sleep, you breathe singing, and that's how it started. So
and we can hear that. We can
yeah.
definitely hear those roots, right? Like I think that that's such an important component. It doesn't have to be, but really when you start having that musical ear and voice early in life, right? And you have something that becomes a component where you're working at it steadily, it just adds to that artistry and really puts the cherry on top.
And it's kind of lost too. I'm not gonna lie. It's you don't often hear that as a background for, you know, a lot of what you hear today. So I definitely wanted to bring that element out of my music and make sure that I'm bringing, you know, real soul, real singing, real I believe you, I know what you're saying, and that's where we at.
And VPR, I feel like, you know, just like he was explaining, I do feel like that's missing in R&B and soul music. I'm not gonna say we lost our way along the path of being sensually talking to a woman or man, because we're in 2024.
Right.
So it's a dying breed. I know there's a lot of artists out there, the Frank Oceans, the sometimes Party Next Doors, even though he can be vulgar when he's ready, you know. And so you filling that void out there alongside these great artists, I'm here for it. I do have your single up here that you're previewing on your Instagram. I do want to play it for the people on the live right now.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Let me get that lined up first. And it's called My Piece.
Yeah, and it's featuring Kristen Gray. He also is a great artist. I just met him through Pudge the Fat Bastard, which is the squad. So, you know, he just dropped School of Roses, the mixtape, which is streaming now, and it's the reloaded version. So y'all gotta check that out because he's fire and he's on the record. That is so dope. And it was co-written by Pudge also. So me and him originally wrote the record. But yeah, so let's get into it.
Let's do it.
You took a part of me, it was the part I need. Bring my piece back, without you I'm not complete. You were a match for me, bring my piece back. Met me so suddenly, did it so subtly. Bring my piece back, you got a chunk of me. You were the one for me, somehow you gotta bring my piece back. I miss you. Bring my piece back, bring my piece back. Functioning without you, no. Bring my piece back.
I can definitely hear that Pudge influence, right? Like I know
that is
so intimately because we hear things behind the scenes. We even did a release party for him, and like I love it because these elements together, and you guys are so creative and so talented. Ooh,
Thank you.
You have to tell me the creative process behind that song.
Okay.
What inspired you? I hear the lyrics, but there has to be someone or something that has inspired you to make it.
So a lot of the time I live in my imagination for one. And when I'm coming up with a song, sometimes it starts with tracks. So my producer, G Weeks, shout out to G Weeks on the beat. He was playing tracks for me and I was like, oh yeah, I like that one. Oh yeah, I like that one. So he dropped like 3 of them on my computer. And once he left the studio, I put the records on, and then this one track in particular reached out to me. And for me, the song is already there. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a sculpture to me. You just carve around it and you end up with the body of work that you get in the end result. And it's really sourced from just different experiences in the past, growing up to this point, being in different relationships, just knowing good and well you done messed up something and you looking like, man, if I could only get you to turn around and walk back one time, I'd be good. But how often does that happen?
And the worst feeling is when you know your lady has left you for the streets. You know what I'm talking about, bro. when that flip of that switch, Qiana, you know the flip of that switch.
Once she gone, she's gone.
I think it's worse when your lady doesn't even leave you for the streets and she leaves you for herself, right? Like she just doesn't want the noise. You talk about bring my peace back, right? Like that self peace.
Yeah,
that because is detrimental to some people. But I love the depth of the song, you know, and the lyricism, and it's beautifully written and composed. So, and this is just one. This is just a single, right?
Yeah.
So
This is the first one in the lineup that we got. We have a lot coming. I can't wait for you to get some of it. So right now, first of all, shout out to Biff Warren, and he's the management team. He got us going. So he has me doing a remake of Don't Disturb This Groove by The System. You do know that record, right?
We have interviewed them.
Really? Yeah. So between Biff and Karen Durant, they both got me here. We are doing the record. They heard another demo of something I did, and they was like, we want somebody to breathe some new life into this song. So they asked me to do it, and it was so exciting. So I jumped on it. That's
gonna be lit. I love that song. That's what, and I was so young when that came out. I was probably like 4 or 5, but I never forgot a lot of music from that era that I just never.
It's a classic.
In my head, like I didn't even know what it meant, right? Like,
you know now, though.
VPR, I was honored to have The System up here. So to hear that you're working with them, that's amazing. That is legendary within itself. Honestly, bro.
Yeah. I feel very blessed right now because I'm definitely in the presence of nothing but legends, like down to from the team to just to Pudge. Like, I mean, before you even look at the situation, you got to realize this is a hip hop legend. And maybe that's a bad choice of words. This is more like a hip hop pioneer, honestly. So when you have that person in your corner backing what you do, it's like you feel supported. You know what I mean? You feel like you could take on whatever it is coming for you, and I'm ready. You know what I mean? And this is what we're doing.
So would you look at some of the experiences maybe you're having being around these legendary acts as maybe some like artist development? Because are you picking up elements from their music?
When I say, like, you know, when you by yourself or when you're working with your own group of people, you think you're doing one thing. And when you bring these other people into the fold, they let you know where you actually are. They grade the paper for you, and they let you know, okay, you thought you was at 100, but really you was at like a 75. But here's the tools to get to the 100. So I have to thank all of the team for making sure that we get to 100. You know what I'm saying? So I learned a lot, especially from Pudge, and he's a singer too, which
facts.
People need to know that.
Yeah, he be hitting those high notes, which I've heard his records. I've heard Pudge singing.
Yeah, he ain't playing with nobody at all. And I'm like, okay, if I'm getting some of what you got over there, I'm in good hands. Then I'm stay right here.
You know? I think the beautiful thing about you, though, as an artist, and especially as a young artist, because we've all worked with artists, and Pudge and I have talked about the frustrations of having this extremely talented person in front of you that's so gifted and has so many different elements that they can bring to the table, but they just don't have that drive, right? They don't have that ability to listen to this constructive criticism, right? Because their ego is driving everything that they do, and they feel like they're bigger than they are. So it's a humbling process, but it's also there's wisdom that's in that's contained within you, obviously, to be able to take that and recognize. I mean, I've definitely had artists that are like, oh, who does person think you don't even know the things that he's written, the people like research, you know what I mean? People play games.
Qiana, this industry revolves around a door of young acts. And as the years went on, I've seen how the younger acts start to turn their back upon even understanding the music business, even upon understanding the music that they're sampling. Like, so I have a problem with this, VPR. Let's talk about it real quick, because I got time today. Yo, that Sexy Red record, Ski, hasn't been out 5 months, maybe 6 months or whatever. How are people already sampling Sexy Red, Ski? And I'm like, we're not even letting records breathe,
right?
A year before we're sampling them and then making it another record. Like, I think that's crazy.
And that's why you're so blessed with a great creative team, right? Like you're not going to see, when you see something that's being sampled, that's some official stamp type thing.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? This isn't, oh, let me just sample my way through the industries. So I love it because between the roots of the music and that true like indulgence in the creative process, and then also learning what makes you better and better every single time you perform, every single time you write, and you know, add just another little golden flake upon it. You know, that's what's going to help you grow. And we're so happy to have you here before you have this single. Tell us about the single, where it's going to be released, and do you have like any performances behind this? What's going to be next to pivot along with this single?
Okay, so the performances are on the way. The song will be out tomorrow, and I'm trying to think of what I need to let you know about this record. It's going. We have some content that we definitely pushing for it. We have the single. There's a remix coming. Be on the lookout for that. I'm not gonna say nothing about it. I'm gonna just let you think about it. We definitely dropping a remix. I'm really excited. This is my first.
Do you guys, we talked about that a few weeks ago, right? How remixes, good remixes don't really exist anymore. I used to have the dope song, right? Going back to the 90s and 2000s, then you have that remix that just like, boom.
Hey, I feel like Busta Rhymes changed the game with remixes.
Oh, absolutely.
He did that Touch It, and then they went over from different coasts across the world. Everybody was doing that Beamer, Benz, and Bentley.
That
was the time to be alive.
Touch It was insane.
Yeah, I ain't never seen that many people. First of all, Touch It had people on there rapping, and I didn't even know rap at the time. Yeah, okay, so this is a real remix. Yeah,
that was a remix for real.
And we need that. But I'm definitely gonna make sure we get all these records pumped out. So you also asked, like, you know, what's next? And that is, I have singles lined up. And there is one project that I do want to talk about that I'm going to be releasing soon. It's a small little EP, but all I could tell you is it's dedicated to one of my favorite producers, and that's Teddy Riley. So just leave it there. It's going to have a vibe like that. No?
VPR, he's restoring the essence of R&B soul, and I love that. If for the people that are tuning into the live right now, y'all have missed this single that we just played. It is a very dope single. But my question is to you, you know, as time winds down, has there been any performances live where you felt like the stage was too big and you rose to the occasion? Has there been anything like that in your career?
Too big? I'm not going to say too big, because when I'm on the stage, it's just me up there. There's really nobody else present. It's like literally me.
It's not like 50 people in gold chains, mean mugging people. It's not. I don't got to come to your show and worry about that.
That never will happen. My music is created for Qianathegoddess sitting over there and others alike. And you know, I'm alike up as I go, because you know you're gonna relate to what I'm saying in your own way. But I definitely cater my music to women, because you know that's who I'm talking to.
That's the true R&B star, though, right? Like FMI said earlier, and we talk about this all the time. R&B has kind of become immersed in like a soft porn hip hop, right? Like,
they gang banging. I want to listen to R&B. I don't feel like they gang banging on me. They'll be singing about love and then be like Paru. And the next thing I'll be like, yo, bro, on the set, on the homie, on the guys. I hear you, bro.
It's crazy.
Hey, but I get the girls wet though.
Get them. See, this is another thing I wanted to tap into. That is getting some girls wet. However, there's a whole lot out there that haven't been that way in a long time. It's been crickets. And I have to say that because it's literally been crickets. I don't know who you guys listen to, but I know that the difference between now and maybe, I'm going to say a decade ago, you had more people on your list. You know what I mean? So I definitely want to be an addition to your list right now. And hopefully we can get other R&B singers that's coming up to start doing what we doing. And that's getting back to the true art itself. And it's more than just your music. It's kind of how you live behind the scenes too. Because, you know, while I'm singing to women, I can't be in the background doing anything else, because that matters. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah, got to keep the culture going. So
Right. You're not gonna be trapping and singing, right? Like
I was thinking that the whole time.
No, my trap, we sitting in it right now. I own a recording studio. It's called Wealth and Riches Music. We in Atlanta. I do nothing but music 24 hours a day. That is my job. That is what I dedicate myself to. So
a true artist.
Yeah, ain't nobody getting trampled or nothing at no shows. We all love. We there to make people go home and have
Atlanta different. New
the
York.
next one. Oh yeah, Atlanta definitely.
I'm starting to see that New York energy. We always on time over here. Even your grandma come out the bodega, she on time and she gonna ill grill you. And they ask you for some platanos. So you know what I mean.
Yeah,
so
I love that.
L, when you come out to New York, I got a lot of stages. We've been throwing tours for 2 years. I would love to have you on one of our stages here at Hit the Beat. Please make sure you lock in with me, my brother. I'm looking forward to seeing all the music that you're dropping. And are there any albums or EPs that's coming up, down the line?
Yeah. So like I said, I have the Teddy dedication project. I am doing more dedication projects because I kind of want that to be
so far.
An underlying theme of my brand right now is to just, pay homage to all the people that made this possible. You know what I mean? Because you can't make a song without referencing one of these people and what they did before. So you might as well just do it,
And I think while you're doing it, you're also educating because, like I said, so many, and I don't want to make blanket statements and generalize. So I'll just say, there are many artists that don't take the time to really go back and know where even samples came from, right? Like, what's this original song? Who was the original artist, right? Like, who paved the way in R&B? What is Motown? All of these things that brought us to where we are today. And, 50 years from now, people should be coming back to where we are now to look into those elements, right? Of where they're creating music. So it's a constant wheel in circulation, but I think that is so important and it's going to be beautiful. It's so different. You're going to be teaching people, and I personally feel like it's all going to blast off and you're going to hear from people that you didn't even expect to.
Thank you.
And before we get up, my bad to cut you guys off. Before we get up out of here, I want to bring up the song one more time. We restoring the feelings, VPR. To the world, I want you guys to listen to this song. He's coming with essence, energy, and high vibration.
You took a part of me, it was the part I need. Bring my peace back, without you I'm not complete. You were a match for me, bring my peace back. Had me so suddenly, did it so subtly. Bring my peace back, you got a chunk of me. You were the one for me, somehow you gotta bring my peace back. I miss you, bring my peace back. Bring my peace back. Functioning without you, no. Bring my peace back, I need it. Bring my peace back.
Can we get a little serenade? Because we know you got the real voice, not the studio voice.
You got something for the live real quick?
Yeah, I got you. All right, hold up. 1 minute you here and girl, next minute you gone. I blinked too fast and I didn't see you no more. You left me froze, like you took my battery and I'm on the side of the road. Now I never deserved you, but what I do to get you alone? God, I never hurt you, I never lied, but you never know. You disappeared on me, baby, when I needed you the most. I called your phone, I hit your gram, but you never showed. Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah, damn.
Yes.
Yo.
I'm talking about, and shout out to all the people in the live. Blue, what's up? I can't wait to connect with you. Michael Louse Jr.
Shout out to Blue, the pirate out here too. Yes.
Sure.
You got the live going crazy right now. People are tapping in, showing you so much love on our side. You have amazing vocals, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for bringing it back. A little bit.
I was like, yo, VPR, I might have picked up the wrong career. I was DJing out here, running it up on these stages. If I knew I could just sing and I'll get the same thing. What?
I hear that a lot.
Hey, but you got to go it all, my brother. So please let everybody know where they can follow you and lock in with you. I know that they will be looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Shout out everybody. Shout out VPR. Shout out Qianathegoddess. Shout out DJFmi. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, everywhere that you go is Davion Forever, DAVION FOREVER. That's me. That's where I'm at. And just stay tuned. I got it for you. I'm gonna be here, locked in.
Hey, VPR, he made a fan out of me. I ain't gonna lie. I'm bumping the record.
And you family already, so you know we're gonna have you back. You know what I mean?
I can't wait.
We are gonna have Pudge here very soon. He doesn't speak to anybody but us. So.
Yeah.
And please, Davion, you gotta come to New York. We really got out here on Smash. I'm telling you, I'm gonna put you in front of who you need to be in front of. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna be all right. I know that.
Say less. Let's do it, boss.
Bro.
Facts. It's
Nice
been such a pleasure, Davion. Oh, absolutely.
Later, my brother.
Go and have a great day. Keep creating, and we can't wait to see what you have in store for us all.
That's a fact.
Too. Have a great
Bring my peace back.
Okay.
Bring my peace back. What can they talk about, VPR? Bring my peace back. Thursday, man. Top of the goddamn AM.
All right, y'all.
All right, later.
Thank you.
With the arm, FMI, I'm rolling.
You know what I'm saying? God, took my piece, man. Bring that shit back.
Okay. That's what I'm
guys, thank you for tuning in today. We have an amazing episode here. Qianathegoddess, look at her, guys. Before we get up out of here, just take a second. Look at her. Don't screenshot it because it won't last forever. We'll just delete it out your phone. You can catch us here next Thursday, of course, at 11 a.m. We will have our guests ready, and I appreciate each and every one of you that sit there, tap that like button, and communicate with us. So thank you. Appreciate you.
Love you, and we'll see you next week. Mwah.
Yo, Blue the Pirate, you the one.
Facts.
Later.